Today we are talking about Italy, but beyond the Colosseum and the Trevi Fountain. Don't get me wrong, those places are iconic for a reason, but Italy is so much more than that. Have you ever heard of actual hidden gem villages in Italy? They're like straight out of a fairy tale. I'm talking cobblestone streets, colorful houses perched on cliffs, and the most incredible food you've ever tasted. So, if you're tired of the tourist traps and want to experience the real Italy, buckle up. In this video, I'm taking you on a virtual tour of some of the most beautiful and underrated villages in Italy. First up, we're heading to the Italian Riviera, which honestly sounds super fancy and exclusive, but just trust me on this. Get ready for Vernazza, a village so picturesque you literally won't believe it's real. Imagine like a cluster of brightly colored houses stacked on top of each other, cascading down towards a tiny harbor. I'm talking vibrant pinks, yellows and oranges that practically glow in the Italian sunshine. And speaking of soaking, the water here is crystal clear, like something out of a movie. You can spend your days swimming, sunbathing, or just chilling on a boat, soaking up the incredible views. But Vernazza isn't just about looks. It's also home to some seriously delicious seafood. Oh, and fun fact, Vernazza is car-free, which means you can wander the narrow streets and alleyways without worrying about traffic. It's the perfect place to get lost, discover hidden cafes, and just embrace the slower pace of life. Honestly, Vernazza is like a dream come true. Next up, we're heading to Lake Como, which, let's be real, is basically synonymous with luxury and beauty. But within this stunning region lies a hidden gem called Varenna. This village is pure magic. Varenna is all about those serene lakeside vibes. Imagine like strolling along the promenade, the gentle breeze blowing through your hair as you take in the breathtaking views of the lake and the surrounding mountains. It's the kind of place where you can just feel your worries melt away. And if you're a history buff, you're in luck. Varenna is home to some seriously impressive historic villas. Like, we're talking centuries-old estates with sprawling gardens, ornate fountains, and panoramic lake views. You can spend your days exploring the local shops, indulging in delicious Italian gelato, or just relaxing by the lake with a good book. Seriously, Lake Como is full of hidden coves, charming villages, and breathtaking scenery. Honestly, Varenna is like a little slice of paradise. Okay, get ready to be transported back in time because we're heading to Tuscany. But forget Florence for a hot second. We're going to Capalbio, a medieval hilltop village that's straight out of a storybook. Imagine cobblestone streets, ancient walls, and stunning views of the Tuscan countryside. Capalbio is the kind of place where you can literally feel the history beneath your feet. And if you're an art lover, get ready to be amazed. Capalbio is home to some incredible Renaissance masterpieces, hidden away in its churches and palazzos. But Capalbio isn't just about the past. It's also a vibrant and lively village with a thriving art scene. You can find local artisans selling their wares, from ceramics and textiles to paintings and sculptures. And let's not forget about the food. Tuscany is known for its incredible cuisine, and Capalbio is no exception. Honestly, Capalbio is the perfect blend of history, art, and gastronomy. Get ready for this, because Civita di Bagnoregio is truly one of a kind. It's known as the Dying City, which I know sounds kinda morbid, but just hear me out. This tiny village is perched precariously on top of a volcanic plateau, connected to the mainland by a single, narrow bridge. Seriously, it looks like something out of a fantasy movie. Over the centuries, the plateau has been slowly eroding, which is why it's called the Dying City. But don't worry, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And trust me, the views alone are worth the trip. Imagine standing on the edge of the plateau, looking out over the rolling hills and valleys of Umbria. And despite its nickname, Civita di Bagnoregio is actually a very lively and charming place. You can wander the narrow streets, explore the ancient Etruscan tunnels, or just relax in the piazza and soak up the atmosphere. Honestly, Civita di Bagnoregio is a truly magical place. Let's be real, sometimes you just need a beach day. And when it comes to beaches in Italy, Spelonga is in a league of its own. Imagine powdery white sand, crystal clear turquoise water, and charming beach clubs where you can sip on Aperol spritzes all day long. But Spelonga isn't just about beaches. It's also home to some seriously impressive Roman ruins. We're talking about the ruins of a lavish villa built by Emperor Tiberius himself. You can explore the ruins, which include a museum with ancient mosaics and sculptures, and then cool off with a swim in the ocean. And when you're ready to refuel, Spelonga has you covered. The village is known for its fresh seafood, and there are tons of restaurants serving up delicious dishes with stunning ocean views. Honestly, Spelonga is the perfect place to unwind, soak up the sun, and immerse yourself in Italian culture. Now let's talk about the Amalfi coast. It's basically the most glamorous coastline in Italy, known for its dramatic cliffs, colorful villages, and luxurious resorts. But if you're looking for something a little more low-key, a little more authentic, then you need to check out Atrani. Atrani is nestled in a hidden cove, tucked away from the hustle and bustle of its more famous neighbors like Positano and Amalfi. It's so small that you can literally walk across the entire village in about 5 minutes. But don't let its size fool you. Atrani is big on charm. Imagine narrow streets lined with pastel-colored houses, cascading down towards a tiny piazza overlooking the sea. And the best part? Atrani is still relatively undiscovered, which means you can actually enjoy the beauty of the Amalfi coast without the crowds. Speaking of dinner, Atrani is home to some of the best seafood restaurants on the Amalfi coast. Honestly, Atrani is a hidden gem on the Amalfi coast. Get ready for something truly unique, because we're heading to Alberobello, a village in Puglia that's famous for its trulli houses. What's a trullo, you ask? Well, get this. They're these adorable little white houses with conical roofs made of dry stone. Seriously, they look like something out of a fairy tale, and they're unlike anything you've ever seen before. No one really knows for sure why the trulli were built with these unique conical roofs, but some say it was so that they could be easily dismantled if the tax collector came knocking. Talk about a clever way to avoid taxes, right? But taxes aside, the trulli are seriously impressive feats of architecture. They're built without any mortar or cement, using a technique that's been passed down through generations. And the best part? You can actually stay in a trullo. Imagine waking up in your own little conical roofed house, surrounded by the charm and history of Alberobello. But Alberobello isn't just about the trulli. It's also a charming village with narrow streets, local craft shops, and delicious Pugliese cuisine. Get ready for some serious garden envy, because we're heading to Ravello, a village perched high above the Amalfi coast with views that will seriously blow your mind. Forget the beach for a second, because Ravello is all about those panoramic vistas. Imagine standing on a clifftop terrace, overlooking the sparkling Mediterranean Sea, with the colorful villages of the Amalfi coast dotting the coastline below. But Ravello isn't just about the views. It's also home to some of the most beautiful gardens in Italy. We're talking lush, verdant gardens filled with exotic plants, cascading flowers, and hidden fountains. One garden you absolutely have to visit is Villa Ruffolo. Legend has it that the gardens at Villa Ruffolo were the inspiration for the magical gardens in Boccaccio's Decameron. Another must-see is Villa Simbrone, which boasts the famous Terrace of Infinity. This terrace juts out over the cliffside, offering unparalleled views of the Amalfi coast. Honestly, Ravello is a truly enchanting place. Get ready for some serious luxury, because we're heading to Portofino, a fishing village turned glamorous playground for the rich and famous. Think yachts, designer boutiques, and celebrities sipping champagne on waterfront terraces. Portofino is located on the Italian Riviera, and it's known for its picturesque harbor, pastel-colored houses, and stunning natural beauty. But let's be real, the main attraction here is the people watching. Imagine sipping on an espresso at a cafe in the Piazzetta, watching as luxury yachts glide into the harbor, their decks filled with sunbathers in designer swimwear. But Portofino isn't just about the glitz and glam. It's also a charming village with a rich history and culture. You can explore the Castello Brown, a 16th century fortress that offers stunning views of the harbour, or visit the Church of St. George, which houses the relics of the town's patron saint. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can hike up to the Portofino Lighthouse, which offers panoramic views of the coastline. Or you could just relax on the beach, soak up the sun, and pretend you're sailing away on a yacht to a private island. Honestly, Portofino is a place where dreams are made of. Get ready for something a little different because we're heading to Carlofort, a charming island town off the coast of Sardinia. Carlofort takes it to another level. Founded in the 18th century by coral fishermen from Genoa, it has a unique blend of Italian and Ligurian influences. The people speak a Ligurian dialect, and the town is truly charming. Imagine strolling through narrow streets and enjoying beautiful beaches with crystal clear water. Carloforte is a hidden gem in the Mediterranean. So there you have it, 10 of the most beautiful and underrated villages in Italy. From the colourful houses of Vernazza to the Trulli of Alberobello, each village has its own unique charm and appeal. Whether you're looking for a romantic getaway, a relaxing retreat, or an adventure-filled vacation, Italy's hidden gems have something to offer everyone. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your Italian adventure today.